Okay, so I'm going to tie this in with the happy tales and related to yarn tales and some of the big tales and tales that people tell related to their sponsorships and their partners and working for a company, working for a brand that's not a company, that's not a corporation, but maybe that brand historically in the past has called themselves a company, a corporation because they're so big. Um, However, it's kind of hard to say that a brand of yarn is a corporation. And so you find people on YouTube all the time who have worked for or have ties to networks. And maybe they're on a salary, possibly, um, but they're not actually working for that company. But they're in advertising and marketing, and so they might briefly have a deal with that company where they briefly worked for them, but that doesn't mean they're on the payroll of that company. So there's deceptive practices related to that. So here in the United States, we have certain standards before a product can get put into the store for a child. There's people who are very outspoken about that, related to children's products, choking hazards, and things like that. So early on YouTube, when I was doing YouTube, we received promotional packages from Red Heart Yarns, and I got a canvas bag. It was black and white and red, and I think it had a black sides on it. It said Red Heart. There was a red heart on it, and I just remember it was black and red canvas with writing on it. And so, but I was going through the yarns. There was the eyelash yarn and the pom pom yarn, and they were novelty yarns, and I'd always said that. No, Red Heart didn't tell us what to say about the yarn, what not to say about the yarn. But what I had said in comparison to all these baby blankets that were showing up related to these ladies, and they said they were selling them. And I said, this stuff would not be sold in the store. I said, there's so much fluff coming off of the yarn that it's a choking hazard for a baby, and it could actually be harmful for a baby. And then some of the yarn, when I used it, the eyelash yarn and the pom-pom yarn, when I put it in the washing machine, it would just completely wash out of it. And even just sitting, the yarn just sitting there, the way that it was put together, it was so horrible that it wouldn't last. It was horrible yarn. It's like, okay, you're wasting your money on yarn, and for what purpose is this? For the yarn to just kind of float away out of the string that it's barely held together in, and just to sit and look pretty. It's like, that's not the purpose of yarn. I mean, so I can see why yarn is a safety hazard and isn't in the United States right now with all these problems that it has.